All right, now that you've seen a couple problems, I would like you to write this one down in your notes. Try it out. I want you to write it in graphing form, then find the vertex. You don't need to graph it. I just want you to find the vertex, write in graphing form. After you're done, you can push play and you can watch the solution. All right, so first thing, I'm just going to put 0 equals x squared plus 6x plus 7, and I need to complete the square. All right, so I'm going to come to this term. Half of 6 is 3, squared is 9, so I need this to be a 9. Okay, so I'm going to have to add 2 to this side, add 2 to this side, and I get 2 equals x squared plus 6x plus 9. All right, now I'm going to factor it. Okay, it's going to end up being x plus 3 squared. All right, my next step then is to get this side to be a 0. So I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. So I end up with 0, or right away I'm just going to rewrite it like this. Y equals x plus 3 squared minus 2. All right, now for the vertex. I know it's h comma k, and this is always supposed to say minus, so this really is the same as minus a negative 3. So my vertex is negative 3 comma negative 2. Okay, and then here it is written in graphing form. Okay, I'd like you to try this one. Push pause. When you're finished, I want you to push play, and then you can watch the solution. All right, so first thing, you can put a 0 here, equals x squared plus 10x. All right, now to get our other term, we're going to take half of 10x, which is 5, and square it, which is 25. So I want this term over here to be 25. There's nothing there right now, so I'm going to have to add 25 here and add 25 here. So I get 25 equals x squared plus 10x plus 25. Okay, now I'm going to rewrite it. I'm going to factor it. Looks like it'll be x plus 5 squared. All right, now to get it in graphing form, I need to get this gone from that side. I'm going to subtract 25. So I get y equals x plus 5 squared minus 25. All right, now I just need to write the vertex. So remember, the vertex is h comma k, and this should be minus a negative 5 for graphing form. It's always minus there in the middle, so my vertex is negative 5 comma, and then it's negative 25. All right, so there's my vertex, and there's my equation in graphing form. Okay, I would like you to try this one. On this one, you can go ahead and get the vertex. Same thing, push play when you're ready to see the solution. All right, so first thing, I'm going to put 0 equals x squared plus 4x plus 11. All right, I need to complete the square, so I'm going to do half of 4, which is 2, and square it, which is 4. So I want this to be a 4 up here. All right, so to get to 4, I'm going to have to subtract 7 from both sides. So I end up with negative 7 equals x squared plus 4x plus 4, which is what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a 4 there. Okay, now I'm going to factor it. I get negative 7 equals, it'll be x plus 2 squared. All right, now I want to get this on the other side, so it's in graphing form, so I'm going to add 7 to both sides. So I end up with y equals x plus 2 squared plus 7. Okay, now let's kind of look at my last thing here, my vertex. It's going to be h comma k, so here it's going to be negative 2 comma 7, okay? So negative 2 comma 7. There is my vertex, and here it is written in graphing form. All right, we have one more I want you to try. Okay, so push play, or push pause, sorry. Try this one. When you're finished, push play, and you can watch the solution. All right, start by putting a 0 here, equals x squared plus 7x plus 2. I'm going to complete the square. All right, I'm going to come to this middle term now. You probably needed a calculator here. Half of 7 is 3.5. 3.5 squared is 12.25. So I need to get to 12.25, so I'm going to need to add 10.25. Okay, and I get 0 equals, add it to both sides. And I get 10.25 equals x squared plus 7x plus 12.25. All right, so our next step is to factor this. So I have 10.25 equals, looks like I'm going to get x plus 3.5 squared. All right, so now I need to move the 10.25 over to the other side. So I'm going to subtract 10.25, and I get y equals x plus 3.5 squared minus 10.25. All right, so now I just need to find the vertex. So my vertex is this, but remember it had to be minus a negative, so it's negative 3.5, comma, negative 10.25. There is my vertex. Okay, now that you guys have watched that video, I want you to download the worksheet in Schoology. I believe there are 6 problems where you need to write it in graphing form. Okay, so you need to do that first. Do that by completing the square. Once you're done with that, you need to find the vertex. You also need to find the y-intercept. Remember, you can do that by looking at the very original equation in standard form. And then when you make your sketch, you need to have your vertex. So wherever that is, your vertex, your y-intercept, and then that other point that would be across from it using symmetry. Okay, so you need to have at least 3 points on your sketches. I'll be looking for that. So you need to do that worksheet, and that is your homework, and complete it for tomorrow.